Global Affairs Analyst Gabriel Nwambu joins me to examine the attacks on INEC offices in Nigeria, and he joins me from Abuja. Good to have you join us, Gabriel Nwambu. So far, 41 attacks on INEC facilities, and if you listened to the INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, speaking just seconds ago, he said that this should now be treated as a national security emergency. Do you share that sense of urgency with him in terms of how quickly we should nip this in the bud?
Yeah, thank you so much. I would want to reiterate again that this is one attack too many on INEC facilities. It is not only a calculated attempt, it is well coordinated and orchestrated, and it is intended to destroy our government facilities. And this essentially is a national emergency because the spate of attacks, in fact, since the 2019 general elections, INEC and INEC facilities have been attacked 41 times, and this is tragic as far as Nigerian is concerned. Every Nigerian needs to know that for democracy to thrive, there must be an INEC that has modern facilities. There must be an INEC that its infrastructure is up to date. But in spite of the fact that INEC is striving as much as possible to ensure credible, transparent, free, fair, and credible elections, it is ironical that you still see some persons, some clandestine groups who undermine what is tenable to go ahead to burn and destroy INEC facilities. So this requires the coordinated strike force of both the DSS, the police, even the military need to come in this time, all the intelligence agencies, because it is really a national tragedy. Recall also that the governorship election in Anambra State is coming up in November 6th, and then INEC is also preparing for the 2023 general elections.
Mr. Nwambu, you just touched on where exactly I was going, because when you look at majority of these attacks, they have actually been in the southeast since 2019. There is an off-cycle election coming up in Anambra State in November. What sort of threat do you think that this might pose to that election and other scheduled activities of INEC?
Yeah. You see, part of the proactive nature of INEC has made INEC to provide at least 50% of the non-sensitive materials that is required to conduct that election for November 6th in Anambra State. And as a result of the provision of that non-sensitive materials, INEC now decided to mop up even most of the equipment and facilities that are in the local government areas of Anambra State, and then brought it to the warehouse, the storehouse. And then these assailants that attacked Oka, Anambra State headquarters of INEC, did not just clamp down on the store. They also clamped down on the facility that is used as the state collation center. Was also burnt down. 7 Hilux vehicles were also destroyed. Over 50 generating sets, electricity generating sets, were destroyed. You see, card readers and all that are uncountable. We cannot even mention the number as it were now. So it's really INEC that will decide, whether it can go ahead with that election, because INEC is, as far as we are concerned, is determined to conduct very transparent, free, fair, and credible elections in Nigeria. But this unstate-like attitude, this clandestine manner of burning down the facilities is not only treasonable, it's not only a dangerous trend, it is barbaric, it is uncivilized, and it is a doom as far as we are concerned at this time.
We see what it took to get voters to turn up for that voting exercise to take place in the north in the 2019 election, especially in a state like Borno, where the government had to put in so much effort to ensure that voting takes place there. It's one thing for INEC to prepare. It's another thing for people to say, look, we're going to turn up and vote, especially because we know that our lives, is secured. What should be done now? We see INEC making preparations towards 2023 election. What should be done now in terms of that collaboration between INEC and security agencies to ensure that this doesn't have a negative implication ahead of the 2023 election? Yeah.
Thank you so much. As far as we know, INEC is going ahead with several coordinated meetings with security chiefs, with civil society organizations, with political parties, with traditional rulers, with even religious leaders, to ensuring that a hitch-free 2023 general elections is being prepared. And INEC has also rolled out the timetable. But you see, this thing cannot just be done by INEC for us to face the fact. You see, INEC is not a group of magicians. INEC are human beings. And their detail, their description of work is actually to conduct elections, transparent, free, and fair elections in Nigeria. INEC is not a law enforcement agency. Oftentimes, Nigerians blame INEC for the attacks. Sometimes they clamp down on INEC. But progressively, we have seen that every successive election INEC conducts, there is a significant improvement in those elections. But the law enforcement agencies need to stand up and brace up to the challenge of arresting these perpetrators of these heinous crimes and really bring them to book. And Nigerians need to see these people being brought to book so that it will act as a deterrent to intending perpetrators of such crimes.
It's like you rightly noted, it is going to take a lot of efforts, especially in terms of collaboration between INEC and security agencies. Global Affairs Analyst Gabriel Nwambu, thanks for talking to us.